In the lobby of Financial Peace Plaza, she's here.
Yay!
She's kind of bashful. Justine is with us. Hey, Justine, how are you?
Hey, I'm so excited to be here. It's so surreal.
We are so glad you're here. Where do you live?
I live in Manhattan, Kansas.
Absolutely. It's a bit of a haul to Nashville.
It is about 10-hour drive.
Ew, pretty serious. But here to do a debt-free scream.
That's correct.
All right. And how much have you paid off?
I've paid off $35,000.
Phenomenal. How long did that take you?
2 years and 5 months.
Good for you. Making what kind of money?
I started off making $33,000 up to $41,000.
Good for you. What do you do for a living?
I work for a big university in Manhattan, Kansas. Maybe people know it. In their marketing and communications division.
Oh, you do? Well, Very cool. Very cool. So that would be the Jayhawks.
Oh, no, that's the school down the river.
I couldn't resist. I'm sorry.
It's all good. We bleed purple.
I hear you. Well, we're glad you're here. Thanks for doing this. Now, what was the debt? What kind of debt?
It was all student loans.
So what happened 2.5 years ago to Justine that you said, we got to change this?
Well, it actually started in 2008. I was in college at the time, living in my sorority house, and my mom got laid off from a big telecommunications corporation. A few days later, my Nana passed away, and my dad was working overtime. And I remember getting that phone call from my mom. I was in my sorority house, and she said, Justine, we can't help you anymore financially. You are on your own. I remember just sobbing in the corner of my sorority house amongst all these other girls who were given that support from their parents on a silver spoon. And here I was not knowing how to make ends meet. So I got a job working as a waitress at a restaurant and paid as much as I could with the cash that I was making. And then when I got out of school 3 years ago, I went back and read your book, Financial Peace Revisited, and thought, I can do this. And I can make this possible within 5 years. That was my goal. And then I made it in 2 years, 5 months.
I love it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So what was the hardest thing you did while you were getting out of debt?
The hardest part was paying more than the minimum payment. So I viewed that extra cash as a security blanket. And I would sit on my little molehill of cash and slowly give the lender their money. And then the thing that changed was I stopped viewing it as my money and I started viewing it as God's money. And I said, God, tell me what to do with this. And he said, just give it. Do it. You can do it. You're going to get it back anyways. So that really was a hinge point for me. And then I was debt free and I made that last payment and I saw the loan account go down to zero balance. And I thought, okay, that's it. What's next? And it wasn't until the next month when I had my paycheck and I wasn't putting $1,000, $2,000 towards the loan. I got to keep that money. And then that's really what made me feel good.
Yeah. Well, having the scar of kind of getting dropped on your head in the sorority house phone call and that insecurity after that, it's natural to say, hey, I need a little pile of money to lean on, and instead of paying it down on the debt. But it sounded like it was a spiritual experience where you decided to lean on God instead.
Oh, yeah, it definitely was. And in the middle of that, I dubbed my fortunate accident. I drive a 2002 Ford ZX2, and we had our first ice storm in Kansas City. I was living in Kansas City at the time, and I got rear-ended so hard that insurance deemed my car totaled. They bent the frame, and I looked, my bumper was in shreds. And so I had to make a decision. Do I take out a loan and get a new car, or do I keep driving and make this happen? And insurance gave me money and a salvage title, and they said, you can have this. And I said, okay, I'm going to do this. So my dad and I went to a U-Pull-It junkyard and found the exact same bumper, same color model for $25.
I love it.
And I'm still driving it today.
I love it. Bent frame and all.
Bent frame and all. And my fiance, God bless him, put it on there with bolts and everything. And so it looks great.
There we go. Ready to go. I love it. Well, when you survive this at no older than you are, you can do anything. There is nothing that can stop you now. I mean, you set a goal, you went and got it. There's just a sense of dignity, a sense of completion, isn't there?
I feel very lucky, very blessed. I I really owe it a lot to my support group. You know, my fiance, we just got engaged a month ago, and he
Yay.
said, as a joke, I'm not going to marry you if you're in debt.
Ah.
So let's get this thing wrapped up, Justine, so we can get married. So he's here with me today, and I love him so much. And, you know, my support group with my family, my parents, my sisters, and really the FPU class that we went to together in Manhattan has been such a blessing. And I encourage anybody who is listening today that if they're going through this, get your support group. And if that's not your parents or your family, they don't understand, then really you can find that support group in your FPU class too.
Absolutely. All right. Well, put him on the headsets with him. Get him on there. Yeah,
Come on down.
Come on down. What's his name again?
It's Kyle.
All right. I met Kyle a minute ago at the break, but I didn't know what the relationship was, so I wasn't going to suggest. But if you're a fiance, you're qualified to yell.
Yes.
You can join in the conversation.
We've been dating 3 years now, and so he's watched me go through this entire transformation. And really, we took FPU together, and that's such great pre-marriage counseling. We were on the same page from day one. And so now that we're getting ready to do this wedding and help pay for our own wedding, debt-free with cash has been truly amazing.
Yeah, it's been great. Sitting at home, we've got a thermometer on the refrigerator, or she has a thermometer, and every month she'd get that out, and she would just take that marker, and she would put a little line on it, and it made it all the way to the top, and she's been carrying it around as a souvenir ever since then.
Well, she should. Very well done. Well, I'm glad you guys came to visit, and it's an honor to meet you, Justine.
It's an honor to meet you too.
Great job you've done. All right, let's hear a Kansas-style debt-free scream. $35,000 paid off in 2.5 years, making 33, then 41, and now engaged. Justine from Kansas. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1.
I'm debt-free!
I love it. I love it. That is awesome. What a great way to start, man. Oh, that's amazing. Very, very well done. All right, open phones this hour as we talk about your life and your money. 888-825-5225. You know, she's making $33,000 a year. She starts this deal, and she works her way through it. I mean, think about the number of people that call her making 133 and can't seem to find their butt with both hands. I mean, really. Impressive. Very impressive. And don't tell me it's an income thing. It's not an income. Dave Ramsey only works with upper income people. I don't work with upper income people. I work with people. I help people. I show people that they can win. And you know what? More people win that make 33 and 44 and 54 than, you know, I mean, I'm not mad at you if you make 133, but get your freaking act together. Seriously. You're making 33? That's beans and rice, baby. I mean, you are watching every penny, making it behave. Absolutely incredible stuff. Very well done.